Today we're going to look at calculating percentage discounts. How often on the TV do you see ads for 25% off? Or see a sign flash up online saying 75% off? Or you're flicking through a rack of clothes at the shop and you find one with a tag that says 50% off. Well, today we're going to learn how to work out how much you actually pay when you get these discounts. First we'll look at what exactly are percentages. So the word percent means out of 100, literally. In French, cent means 100, doesn't it? So we use this sign to show percentages. And so if you got, well, this example gives you 40%, that means you got 40 out of 100. We use percentages in lots of different situations. Might be when you're shopping, and that's what this My Numeracy task is about, trying to work out percentage discounts. It might be when describing the weather, a 30% chance of rain. It could be if you got a score on a test, 80% in a science test, for example. It could be showing that your battery's running out on your phone, you got 10% charge left. Or it could be talking about penguins, of course. 45% of the penguins in our colony are female. To calculate a percentage off, a discount of something, you need to be able to use multiplication, division, addition and subtraction in different ways. The way we're going to do it now is we're going to use fractions and multiplication to figure out how much a discount is worth. So to find a percentage of an amount, change the percentage into a fraction and then multiply them. So for this question, what is 25% of 200? First, we need to change the percentage into a fraction. 25% equals, as we said before, percent means out of 100. So it means 25 out of 100. Or as a fraction, 25 100ths. So then we multiply the fraction and the amount. So 25 100ths was our discount, and our amount was 200. Now 25 100ths times 200 can be written like this as well. You can have 25 times 200 as the numerator and still keep 100 as the denominator. This makes the sum a bit easier to work out. We can work out that 25 lots of 200 make 5,000. So 5,000 over 100 is where we're at now. The next step is to divide 5,000 by 100, and that will give us our answer. Now, during our decimals unit, we worked out that when you're dividing by 100, you just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So at the moment, 5,000 has a decimal point after that third zero, doesn't it? 5,000.00000. So if we're going to move it 2 places to the left, one place to the left makes it 500, one more place to the left will make it 50. So 5,000 divided by 100 equals 50. Let's have a look at some of the essential assessment task questions. So the first one is, what is 50% off $8.40? And 50% is 50 out of 100. 50 out of 100 can be simplified right down to find an equivalent fraction. It's actually a half, isn't it? So you're really trying to find half of $8.40. You could do that in your head, or you could divide $8.40 by 2. $8.40 by 2, half of 8 is 4, half of 40 is 20. So our answer should be $4.20. This second one's a bit trickier. It's finding 25% off $20.60. And before, when we found 25% of 200, we multiplied them as a fraction, didn't we? 25 100ths times 200. So we could do the same with this. We could do 25 100ths times $20.60. 25 times 2060, and then add in the decimal point. So 25 100ths times $20.60. Again, we write it like this, 25 times $20.60 over 100. And when we're dividing by 100, remember, we move the decimal point 2 spots to the left. So let's do that early on to the $20.60. So we end up, after moving it 2 spots to the left, that decimal point, we can end up with this sum. 0.2060, there's our $20.60, decimal point 2 spots to the left, so it's 0.2060 times 25. And we've already divided by 100 when we moved our decimal point 2 spots to the left. So let's work this out as a multiplication. Starting with the 5 in the 25. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 0 down the bottom, put the 3 up near the 0. 5 times 0 is 0, plus the 3 we carried before makes 3. 5 times 2 makes 10. 0 down the bottom, carry the 1. And then 5 zeros are 0, plus that 1 that we carried is 1. Now let's do 2, or 20, times the top number. So first we need to carry the 0 because the 2 is in the tens column. So 0, we drop down. Then we do 2 times 0, which of course anything times 0 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12, put the 2 down the bottom, put the 1 up near the 0 on the top. 2 lots of 0 is 0, add the 1 that we just carried, makes 1, we put it down the bottom. 2 2s are 4, and we won't worry about doing 2 lots of 0 because it makes 0 again. We don't need another 0 at the front of our number. Then we add them together. 0 plus 0 makes 0, and 0 plus 0 makes 0. 3 and 2 makes 5, 0 and 1 makes 1, and 1 plus 4 makes 5. Now in our sum up the top we had 4 numbers after the decimal point, so in our answer we need 4 numbers after the decimal point, so our answer is 5.1500, which makes sense because a quarter of 20 is about 5. Now I'm going to show you another way to do that sum, and then you can choose the easiest way for you. 25% is 25 out of 100. Again, if we work it out as or if we try to simplify that fraction, 25 out of 100 is the same as 1 on 4, 1 quarter. So if you're trying to work out a quarter of something, you divide it by 4. So there's our value, $20.60 divided by 4. 2 divided by 4 you can't do, so 20 divided by 4 makes 5. When we're dividing a decimal, we put the decimal point in the answer, the same spot that it is in the question. So it's 5 point, how many 4s are in 6? 1, put it up the top, and carry the 2 because 1 4 is 4, and you're dividing 6 by 4. So carry the 2 over, and then you've got how many 4s are in 20, and there are 5 4s in 20. So 25% of $20.60 is 5.15. Let's check that against the multiplication we did before. And if you look at my workbook there on the left-hand side of the page, you can see my answer was 5.1500, so 5.15 or $5.15. And on the right, when we did the division, same answer, 5.15. So do it whichever way suits. I would say definitely this time that dividing by 4 was the right way to do it. But to do that, you need to be able to simplify the fraction. 25% is 1 quarter, so you're dividing by 4. All right, good luck. Towards the end of the My Numeracy task, there are some questions that are asking you to choose one of the options. Which option here will give you the most savings on the tennis racket? We've got a tennis racket worth $90, and you can either choose to save $10 or save 10%. So you're just going to have to work out how much 10% is. And obviously, if you are trying to get the best deal, you want that to be more than $10 if you're going to choose that option. So to work out 10% of $90, you need to work out 10%, 10 out of 100. 10 out of 100, if you simplify that down, is 1/10. So really, you're just dividing by 10. What's 90 divided by 10? How many 10s in 90? That's right, 9. So you could choose to save $10, or you could choose to save 10%, and 10% is $9 here. So the smart choice would be to save $10. Saves you an extra $1.